Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mooney, and today we're going to talk a little DIY. So I've been talking about some of my theories and some of the ways that I do things. I thought today would be a little bit different. I would go ahead and make a recipe. So one of my favorite foods is the peanut butter Cap'n Crunch, but I actually prefer it dry. So I thought I would look up a recipe on ELR and find one and make that for you. Of course, giving credit where it's due. I found a couple on there. I found a couple on there before. A lot of them are really complicated and not really for beginners. So I thought I would make something that was off the cuff, kind of, and make something that's not necessarily a dead perfect, but something that is in that wheelhouse. So I came up with a few things, and so we're going to go ahead and go down to the mixing station. I'm going to mix up what I've got, and I'll put up the screenshot of the recipe on ELR that I've come up with for this particular video. And then once this video goes up on YouTube, I will. Right now that recipe set is private, and I will put it up when I'm done. Alright, so let's go down to the table and to the mixing station, and let's go ahead and show you how I do it. Alright, so I've got my bottle on the scale, I've got it cleared, I've got my recipe pulled up, so let's start. First thing we're going to put in here is going to be Flavor Arts breakfast cereal. We're going to put in a total of 2.5%, which equals out to be 0.66 grams. Alright. I'll zero out the scale. Alright, next thing we're going to put in here is going to be Cake White, or White Cake by Flavor West. 1%, which is 2.7 grams, or 0.27 grams, I should say. Alright, well, we've gone over with both of those just a hair, but that little bit won't matter. Alright, next thing we're going to put in is going to be Crunch Cereal by Flavora, 0.75, which is 0.17 grams. Alright, zero that out. And the next thing we're going to put in is Flavora's peanut butter, which is more of a pure peanut than an actual peanut butter. So we're going to put that in at 1%, which is going to be 0.23. Alright. And then we're going to put in TFA's peanut butter, which is going in at 4%, so that is 1.05. Alright. Clear that out. And we're going to put in the PG first, which I'm making this mix at 85-15. So in order to get it to where I want it, it's that percentage, it's going to be 5.75%, which is 1.5. Alright. Then we're going to add the VG, which is going to be 23.6. Alright, and that's all there is to this mix. Let's head back up top and give it a quick one over and see how it turned out. Alright, so welcome back to the top here, and well, let's just go over the recipe real quick. I did actually make some changes on it after I did that, after I did the mixing on it. This is the recipe. This is the one you saw me make up. So, fresh wicks in the drop dead on the desolator here. So, Flavor Art breakfast cereals, 2.5% on it. Flavor West white cake at 1.5%. Flavora's crunch cereal at 0.75%. Flavora's peanut butter at 1%. And the one that I made the biggest change in was the TFA peanut butter. Bumped it up to 5.5%. It was just a little bit weak. Of course, it's going to take 2 weeks to steep out and get really good, but it's in the wheelhouse. It's not a perfect recipe, but and it could definitely use a little bit of sweetener to it to get really that peanut butter Cap'n Crunch flavor. But it's not bad, and it's in the wheelhouse. And it wasn't perfect off the start. I'm going to let it steep out and see how it turns out later on. But yeah, I'm happy with it. It's in the wheelhouse. So as you saw in the video, in the table cam there, and I do apologize if that was bad because this is my first time trying to shoot that. But we're going to go with it anyway. So the first thing that I do is I put the bottle on the scale and zero out the scale. If I'm mixing with nicotine, I add the nicotine first. The reason that I do that, as you saw in this video for the trial, I'm not going to waste the nicotine. The reason that I do the nicotine first is because if I overshoot, I can take it back out. My level of nicotine that I use is pretty precise. If I go above that, I can really feel it. So I do nicotine first, and then I do my flavors. And then I add the PG and then the VG. I always do it in the same order. Whatever order works best for you, for whatever reason, however you do it, consistency is important. Keep your stuff in the same place if you can. If not, you know, not everybody can, like I said in the other video, not everybody can set up and stay set up. I always lay out my concentrates for my mix first. Make sure that I have the VG and PG sitting there, and of course those are the bottles that I work out of, but those aren't actually my stock bottles. I have much larger bottles that I pour into those. I keep them about half full usually. Always seal them back up, always clean up afterwards. And so that was my video for this one, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you again for watching. Remember, there are advocacy links as well as my personal links down in the comment or down in the video description below. There's also a survey. If you vape, please take the survey. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Y'all have a good one.